going on, everybody? Welcome to another dope episode of Brotherly Banter. With today,
What are we talking about?
we got to talk, man.
What are we talking about?
We gonna talk, man.
Let 'em know.
We gonna talk, man.
know.
Talk that talk, man.
All right. Stupid.
We're gonna talk about the movie with so much promise and high hopes, and it struggled.
Struggle's an understatement. Movie trash.
Yes. We are gonna talk about Wonder Woman. What was it 54, 84?
1984.
Yeah, that one. I don't really care about that
Or 18.
anymore.
Was it 18? Oh, what? It's something 80.
It's not the point. The point is, we're gonna talk about that movie because it had a lot of promise from the trailer. You know, you saw who she was fighting, the armor. We're thinking, all right, bet this fight about to be lit. It was
Terrible.
it was. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be civil.
Too bad.
I don't think it was. It had a lot of holes.
It was garbage.
It had a lot of problems.
Terrible movie.
Yeah, it had a lot. Man, sorry, I'm pulling up my notes.
That's your time, man.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about it. So sorry, I was trying to do something. All right.
You still doing?
So anywho, no. Let's start with the title, right? Wonder Woman was a 64, 84, whatever. 84. Why did it have to be set at that time? And I think I'm gonna start with that. I'm pretty sure, maybe I'm nitpicking with that, but I don't see why then that time had it to be set. Like, you started off with her origin, cool. You see her in Justice League.
Yeah.
You see her in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
Why? I don't think that was necessary. Like, with all the movies that are being done now, and the X-Men had that problem. That whole time jacked me up because they started
I kind of
current.
enjoyed the movies, but they didn't keep. I don't think
It was so all over the place.
I don't think the producers knew what they wanted to do because they were always flip flopping. Like, oh, we're back in time. Oh, we're in the future.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back in time.
Yeah, no, it was so weird. So basically, that's what my issue was. I don't think that needed to be done. I think they could have just kept it current. I don't think that going back in time was necessary to do. What do you think?
I think it was a waste. I feel like movies now, unless it's the origin story for a hero or a villain, whatever the movie is, I can understand if it's set before present day because it makes sense. Unless they created a new villain and then they're already there or established in the previous movie or hinted at, then no, fine.
Yeah.
But if they're doing a new superhero origin or villain origin, it's fine to do it past tense, wherever era you want to set up in, maybe 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago. No, that's fine. No one's gonna complain.
Yeah.
But the way movies are for superhero movies are nowadays, without excluding Marvel, obviously.
Yeah.
DC movies, Shazam. I haven't seen Shazam, but Shazam.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't. I heard. But anyways, I'll get to it eventually. Shazam, the Flash movie that's eventually going to come out, the Batman movie that's eventually going to come out. You got Aquaman. It's somewhat present day stuff that can eventually, however they're going to do DC movies now, to I guess come together for another team up movie or cross up. Everyone's in modern day. Everyone.
No, I get you.
Then you have Wonder Woman, who's still in the past movies, and then let's say they do a third one, which I think they will.
Yeah, they already announced.
I would assume that would have to be modern day because you can't do another Wonder Woman movie that's not set in present day. So you can go from the original and then 1984. You can't say, oh, this is 4 years into the future, and I'm just why? I
don't think it's necessary.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessary. I honestly think that, again, which I guess we can transition to this part of the movie, the next issue, the villains. I don't think that villain was the guy. I don't think he was necessary.
He wasn't, no.
I don't know why that was. I feel like they try to add so much into this.
Yeah.
And I feel as though, again, the movie didn't have to be back then. It could have been current. You could have started off the movie with talking about Cheetah and how she got her stuff. And then after it was done with her, it could have gave the title of the movie and then showed Diana and gone about the whole thing in modern day time. But yeah, I don't yeah, it just didn't. It was. How do I put this? They did too much.
Yeah.
They try to jam pack this movie with so many things, and it's that saying of keep it simple.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you can see success and you can overthink the room because you're so smart, but the simplest things sometimes are the best things.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole thing, the villain, that made no sense. The guy made no sense to be in that movie. Shoot.
I would say I don't think people would nitpick on the movie set in 1984, whatever the name of the title is. I don't even care. But in 84, right? I don't think people would have nitpicked about it if the movie was good. They would have ignored that.
True.
So if my thing is, yes, that guy was like,
it made no sense.
Yeah. I also hated how he was defeated with her just talking him down. Like this was an anime and the protagonist is like, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
But he wasn't necessary. Yes, they should have kept Cheetah. Just Cheetah.
No, yeah, Cheetah was fine.
Yeah, like my problem with the movie in general is, now outside, I didn't really care that the movie was set in 84. That wasn't that big of a deal.
It made it bad because of how everything was forced into that whole, like you could have.
If they would have just kept Cheetah and had the movies
just based around them two.
Yes, those two.
That's
you
fine.
would have had, you could have kept the stone, I guess, as her, how she got her power, but did it in a different way where it's not a wish that can be taken back. If they would have did that, gave her power, gave her powers, let her keep it, and then they had their action sequence. Like even the action sequences were terrible. They barely had any.
That was the other part, yes.
They had.
It was the one in the White House.
Yeah, and then the final one.
And then the final one.
That was it.
That's it. Yeah.
Most superhero movies, you see them fight.
A couple.
Yeah, a couple times they're fighting, or if it's a group fight, or they're fighting. I'm about to say NPCs, like I'm playing a game. Like they're fighting just normal criminals, or like a lackey of that criminal, like a second. Then that would have been fine. I'm like, okay, there's some build up, there's some story.
Yeah.
But you had her first fight with her in the White House, which I was just like, okay, I guess.
It's kind of. But it wasn't even a fight because Diana was losing her powers.
Yeah, but I also said at the same time, like, it's kind of.
Didn't make any sense. Yeah.
You're like almost done the movie. You're late in the movie.
Yeah.
It was
like,
literally
you could have at least, destroyed the White House in the same price. Like you could have made it worth.
Yeah, because it was that White House fight scene. That terrible moment with her and Trevor are giving him back.
Why was he necessary?
And then, the final part. So it was too late in the movie to establish her as a co-villain.
Yeah.
When your next scene was her and Trevor, and then the final part. So the entire movie was just like, I'm fine with the flashback in the beginning with her as a child.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I get that.
I was fine with some of the build up to the stone. Oh yeah, that's Cheetah. Who's this random guy here? Whatever. And then it was just talk.
So
I got Trevor back, but not really Trevor. Talk. Oh, here's your stone. Oh, here's some wishes. Talk. Oh, we tracked him down to the White House. Talk. Finally, some action. Gets beat. Talk. I take back my wish for Trevor. I'm gonna leave that random guy wherever he was in the street. Terrible running animation.
No, that's the next part. That's the next
Swooping
part.
in the air on clouds at first. Goes back home. First of all, the armor was a waste.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too.
They hyped up the armor just for it to get destroyed, and
that's my other issue. That's my other issue.
And I'm just like. And then she finally beats Cheetah.
But
Talk. Oh, I'm sorry, son. Take back my wish. Leaves. All right.
Like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Was he arrested? Like what happened? Like
he somehow teleports to where his son is, or takes a plane that quick. His random son is on a highway, which I'm like, first of all, if you're not arrested, child services.
Poor kid. Poor kid.
Goes to the son.
Poor kid.
And then all of a sudden, she's somewhere and walking down a busy Christmas street like, oh, job well done. I defeated Cheetah, saved the world.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going about my day now.
Yeah, again, it didn't, to me, there's a lot of things that just didn't really add up to this. And to me, like you said, you could have kept the stone if you wanted to go that route with the origin, fine. to me, it would have made more sense if you're fighting in New York with you two.
Yeah.
That would have made. I would have been like, oh, that's about to be.
Where was she? London?
She was.
I think it was
Yeah,
London.
she was in London. Yeah, she
like
was in
if they
London.
would have just had
Like five them fighting.
middle part of the movie, her and Cheetah interact, like Cheetah's doing whatever.
Yeah.
And then she comes in, maybe stopping her from killing that
the guy, the drunk guy, yeah.
Yeah. And then they fought, tore up the street for a bit, like maybe have it, I don't know, 5.
Like even if you had her, because to
scene.
do that, obviously you would have Cheetah like win.
Yes.
That first fight, and then obviously it leads up to the last, and that's fine. That's fine. But hold on. I don't know which part to go up with next. Okay. I don't know which part to go up with next, but I'm gonna do this one.
Okay.
I don't know if to talk about the running part or the armor part. Both were bad.
I think I'm more upset about the armor.
Okay.
Because they hyped up the armor.
They
to
did.
be like this mythological.
Like she had like a bunch of guys
set.
beating
like,
on it and
like
stuff, and nothing.
Spartans. Like, oh, she held out for so long.
Yeah.
Now you see Spartans just like open up already and they're just attacking all their weapons.
And
she's
nothing.
just chilling like.
But you had this Cheetah ripping it and breaking it. I'm
I was
like,
what was the point of the mythological armor? And if they're just like that could have been something they kept. Like they introduced, kept, and then let's say they do another Justice League movie,
and then they could have used it because they needed it.
Yeah, you can have like Darkseid or something. She's like, she gets beat by Darkseid first. She comes back. Oh wait, I got this mythological armor. It's supposed to be really durable. Let me go grab it real quick, guys. Be right back. You know, like maybe second fight, final fight. She comes out armor on. Everyone's like, oh, that's the armor from 1984. We remember it. Boom. But now she just like. She ripped it apart like
it was nothing.
Paper.
Like it was nothing.
Like it was paper. She's just like, and I'm just like, well, what was the point of hyping up this armor that, what was it, like Spartans couldn't defeat or get through no matter how hard they try? And apparently she escaped with the armor. She didn't even die because you see her. Spoiler alert. You see the girl at the end of the movie, post-credit scenes, chilling somewhere, walking down the street.
And then she stops the thing.
Yeah. But I'm like, you had this armor where she held back 3, 6, how many were people that was attacking her? And she's alive, and she got away.
Yes, she did.
But you mean to tell me this one villain, Cheetah, just ripped it like it was nothing? I was like, this.
All right, talk.
This will be terrible.
Go ahead. It was. All right, so.
DC sucks.
Yeah, DC. I don't.
That's why I say to Marvel. Like, I give you guys so much hope every time you come
know
out with a
really
new movie. I'm like, maybe this will be the one that I actually enjoy. This will be the movie that gives people hope with the future of DC. Like, you had Aquaman. People was like, we love it. Shazam
Aquaman was really good. Shazam was actually good. I like Shazam.
And then you're like, okay, we had Joker. Phenomenal movie.
But it's
pretty good. But that's good.
No. Right. That's the other part. That's the other part. That Batman, yeah, he's not even gonna go through. I'm like, I don't understand. What's the point of
I
that?
get having parallel universes. My approach is I get having parallel universes because Marvel starting to do that too. Which I know.
Go ahead.
I get that. But you can't keep having all these parallel universes.
They're not even connected.
That's not only that's not connected, your main universe isn't even
It's so destroyed.
Like
Batman bounced.
Yeah. Like Batman bounced. You don't have Cyborg anymore. You don't have technically I guess they can have a Green Lantern since that one Dr. Arrow couldn't do it.
They're smart. They're smart.
Yeah. I mean you have Flash and now we're connected with the Flash TV.
That is fine. I'll give him props.
You have Shazam, you have Aquaman, you have Wonder Woman. That's depressing whenever I actually say that. But fine. You have 4 Justice League members. You don't have Batman, technically. You don't have... You don't know what's going on with Superman.
Yeah, he might not come back.
Yeah. We haven't seen a Superman movie solo.
I feel like they're just throwing movies out and just hoping they connect.
Like, they should have established
the main
Justice League first, like the movie. I was like, all right, whatever. I guess they can do a movie. Even though I feel like everyone should have had their origin movies first.
Yeah.
And then had the Justice League movie.
Yeah.
Even though they're still missing Marshall Manhunter and Green Lantern and maybe like
I can, because obviously with WandaVision and
Yes.
which wonderful show. Freaking wonderful show. I was there one show better than this. I don't understand.
So
But
they
anyway,
only
yeah.
got 3 episodes.
Yeah. that's the
that's
craziest
so bad.
part. And they got like 3 more shows coming out this year. Anyway, we'll talk about those later. But no. Yeah, I don't. And then the next part about this is the running.
I could have did a better job.
I don't even know what to say.
I could have did a better job. Give me the running animation. I would have done it perfectly. Like, I don't know if it was this. It was like she was on
terrible
a treadmill,
CGI. Yes.
but her arms was like.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Like
Yeah.
so the one thing I thought was cool.
Shoot.
Actually, I just remember something too. But the one thing I thought was cool was from the trailers when she was lassoing on the lightning strikes. When the lightning.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was okay with that.
That was because that's normal. I get that. That's
The
fine.
clouds, where I was like, how? Like the lightning, I get because lightning, strikes it.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, I
like,
get
okay,
that.
makes sense. She quickly lassos on, moves to the next lightning bolt, times it perfectly. I was like, how do you lasso the clouds? I'm gonna need you to explain
You
that
can't.
part.
You can't.
Like, cause wouldn't it just like?
So wait, now does she get an invisible jet?
That's my also thing. I didn't like the jet.
Well, that wasn't even her jet.
I know,
that
but
was
still.
just that.
It was
But that's such a bad segue on how they're going to try and connect that to her.
I'm like, if
a jet.
she has a fighter jet.
Because did
as
she
her-
have a jet in Justice League or Batman Superman? Didn't they talk about it?
I
Or
think they
showed it or
talked
something?
about. They might have talked about it. I don't remember if they showed it. I would have to rewatch the movie, which wasn't a bad movie though.
No, Justice League wasn't bad. I don't have issue.
I don't
with it. It's
remember
just,
if they talked about it, but I will be pissed if the 3rd movie comes out and they use a fighter jet as her invisible jet.
Oh, shit.
Perfect timing. That's what I'd be upset about.
Oh man.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm done now.
All right. No, I'm good. I think we get off our chest and flex about it. Because yeah, it has so much potential. God, it has so much potential. But they are coming out with a 3rd one. They already, I guess, apparently they, go successful. Cool. A redemption movie. I don't know. But no, they're coming out with a 3rd one. The same producer, director is going to be in it. So, we'll see.
I wonder who the villain is. Because they're not good at picking villains either.
Oh, wait, here's the other part before we go. She'd even lost her powers.
Yeah.
So then you take away a villain that could have been used in Justice League, but like
Justice League.
because
versus
didn't the Justice League or Batman end with
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Deathstroke, Lex, and I think that was it.
And then to me, I thought they were gonna start forming.
Yes.
Yeah. So you took away one of the main ones.
Technically, her main
main
adversary. Even
adversary.
in animated, it's always Cheetah.
Cheetah, yeah.
Wonder
So you
Woman.
just took that away.
Now it's Wonder Woman and
Versus
whoever you throw in
whoever.
there, unless they somehow give her powers back. But
I guess they could find a way to do that.
yeah,
It made no sense. Yeah, that's not something I'm watching twice. It's not. I
yeah.
can't.
Lucky I watched it the first time.
Yeah.
If I would have known that, I'm like, I'm not watching that.
Sheesh. Man, we went to the movie theater and watched that.
I would have left.
I've been like, bro, what are you doing?
I would have started screaming, "Yo, fight already!"
Yeah, there's a lot of holes in that. But anywho, thank you for joining us on the 2nd episode of Brotherly Banter. We will see you again next Monday, where we will talk about the multiverse between Marvel and DC on who's doing it really, really well and who's using it as a dartboard at this point. And we all kind of know who's going to do it really, really well. Yeah, cool. All right, awesome. Peace out.